Yisrael. I'm from Ecuador. I'm the rabbi of community in the city of Guayaquil. This story I want to tell you is a very important story for me. History for me. Last year I came to the yeshiva. I was learning here. So in the month of February I came back to my country. So after I came back to my country, we were so happy with all my family, so excited because I was here in Israel studying and learning with the rabbanim and everything. So when I get home, we make some trips with my family, and one day I saw my second child, and he looked like a little, he was gaining weight. He's really skinny. He was getting weight. So I told my wife, do you think, because his name is Eliyahu is getting weight? So yeah, you can see his face. It's like getting big. It's like getting fat, So we were so happy. But to the second day, only one side of the face was growing. The other one was skinny. A little bump here. So I told her, maybe it's not good. Take it to the doctor. And when we went to the doctor, he called me. He said, Israel, something is wrong with the Eliyahu. It's not about the tooth, it's about the face. Inside of the face, something is growing up. I said, can we leave it? Maybe it's infection. So we took it to the hospital. So in the meantime, when he was in the hospital, between midday to 4 o'clock, this start growing more and more and more. So he stayed that night in the hospital. In the next morning, they make blood tests and X-ray and everything. So the next day, I received the visit of a doctor, a female. She told us that she was the hospital told us that she was the best doctor in this area, in my city. So she went to see the Eliyahu, and after 5 minutes of just checking him, he asked me and my wife to get out of the room. So when I heard, can I speak with you outside, was the end of the world for me. We went outside, and she told me, listen, I have so many experience of this. What I see is happening is a terminal cancer, a big tumor that is growing up inside of him. We have to be strong, we have to be ready, because in my experience, people die of this. It's very strong, it's growing so fast that probably... are you Jewish? She said, are you Jewish? I said, yes. In Israel, there is a lot of good medicine for this. When she said that, can you imagine how we felt? So she said we have to be strong and everything. So my wife looked at me and she started crying and she collapsed and crying, and she went to the internet and saw what is the name of the disease. And we found out the disease is so aggressive that sometimes in 3 or 4 days, people die. So she looked at me and she told me, why you not crying? Why you are so strong? Why you don't break up? I said, I work for Hashem. I have faith. I know who I'm working with. I know Hashem is the boss. Even whatever she say, I cannot be afraid. I can be strong. We have to be strong. We cannot break ourselves in front of Eliyahu. Well, blood test, X-ray, all the diagnoses were like aggressive tumor in the face. This is gonna grow up and take the brain. That night, my son started I cannot breathe, Dad, I cannot breathe, because it was so big that he couldn't breathe. So we received the visit of a doctor. It was a doctor is gonna open the face, and take a piece, to make another test. But he told me I cannot open. Maybe if I open, it will go all the body. Can you imagine how we felt? We were almost dying. We were really, 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 it was really hard for us. So I said to my wife, I want to stay this night here, and you go on. To the other, we have 4 children, so she went to the house. I said, well, yeah. So I was praying so much, asking Hashem for help. So I fell asleep. In my dream, Rav Yaakov Shepherd show up in the dream. And he told me, don't worry, Rabbi Yisrael. he's gonna be okay. Nothing's gonna happen to him. He's gonna be fine. You will see. So I wake up. I went back to sleep. I have another dream when he was healing. He was healed. So I wake up. I said, no, I don't want to sound fanatic. People will believe that I'm getting crazy. How I'm gonna say that my son is getting better? A few hours ago, they told us he has big tumor in the face. So next day, he had an appointment with X-ray in the morning. I took them. The guy from the X-ray was the same guy who did the X-ray yesterday, the day before. So he told me, do you think this is going smaller? I said, how can you say this? You see his face big and you say it's getting smaller? Excuse me, sir, but I think it's getting smaller. We have no medicine yet. How do you mean? I don't know, maybe it's a mistake. So 3 hours later, a nurse come to me and say, do you think it's getting smaller? I said, no, it's not getting smaller. What do you mean? She has a big face, he has no breath. Okay, 4 o'clock in the morning, my son, the doctor show up again. She was like running from the hall to the room I was there, and she told me, excuse me, sir, can you tell me something? I said, yes, sure. You were praying a lot yesterday? I said, why? This is the blood test and this is the X-rays. Now it changed. He showed me that he has nothing in the face. I said, what are you talking about? He has a big growth in the face. You have not. The X-ray said there is no tumor. The blood test says it's no tumor. Yesterday showed that it was a tumor. Today it's not a tumor anymore. And she started crying. The doctor started crying, and she said, now I believe that the God of Israel is alive. And I said, what do you mean? He said, in 1998 I went to Israel to take a course, a medicine course. And I fell in love with people in Israel. Do you speak Hebrew? Can you teach me Hebrew? She was like this. I said, wait a second. My son is going to be good? Your son is good. We have to find out why he has this in the face, but it's not tumor anymore. So she left. I called my wife. She came and said, that's not possible. We need a second opinion. I said, we don't need a second opinion. It was around 4 o'clock again, because the doctor used to go at 4 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, my son have the face less, it was getting shorter. Midday, it was shorter. Next day, it was just a little bump, without medicine. They also put some, medicine, but not to try this, small medicine. I remember the night before, we were saying Tehillim with my family, so strong that we felt that something happened in that moment. And after 2 days, my son was like nothing. They made many tests, blood tests, X-ray. They put in the machines that make, image for all the body. They put him to sleep, and then they make this machine that they put all the body through. To find out what happened, what caused that, inflammation, and why the blood test and the X-ray say there is nothing. They make so many studies to find out what happened before. At the end, they said it was an infection. And the infection, the body cured itself of the infection. Of course, we know that it came from Hashem. Rabbi Yisrael showed up in the dream, like a messenger of Hashem, telling him, don't worry. Why you have to put your belief in these people? You only have to believe me. And we can tell. After my son went to the house, I make a big party. I give everyone to food, to eat. And also I build my yeshiva. I buy everything in zechut of being, helping by Hashem. Hashem helps so much. באמת, we can see the power of Hashem and the promise to the people of Israel that if we follow the Torah, we follow His way, the path, Derech Hashem, we're going to be okay, we're going to be, super Mahim. That's my story.